My name's Devin Graham, and I'm a social media content creator. I create content, videos, online for people using social media to watch. And honestly, this is like the first year where we've actually had technology that could keep up with the demands that we're trying to meet.
So we use the HP Z Workstation and HP Z Book for our post-production work.
On YouTube right now, I have 1.7 million people that follow. When I put out a video, it goes out to that many people. It's all about finding content that is viral or shareable because I want as much exposure as possible. At the time I was going to film school, my roommate, Jeff, he had a tongue cleaner company. He wanted to use YouTube as a way to market that company. So we did that video and I started my own YouTube channel called Devin Super Tramp. And then all of a sudden I was able to become like an international film director almost overnight. So I started putting out YouTube videos once a week for the last 2 years. The stuff we're creating, it takes place all around the world. I mean, just this last year, I've traveled to Iceland, New Zealand, Tahiti, Kenya, all over Africa. The list keeps on going. Let's see, Iceland, did I say Iceland? You lose track after you go all over the place. So we're constantly on the road, we're constantly editing on the road, we're editing on location, so we're always having to work while filming. So for us, creating videos once a week, we have to have something that works fast, something that we can do instantly.
So when we're on the road, we use the HP Z Book.
We're using 4K footage, so we constantly have to have things that can process that footage fast enough to keep up with us. It's been a huge kind of game changer. Before that, we were using Macs and it wasn't fast enough to actually process our footage. We were literally spending several days processing it. Then once we actually started editing with it, it kept on lagging. So it was so kind of frustrating that it was just like I wanted to throw the computer on the ground. But now with the Z-Book, we can actually do it right on the road as we travel. And we're shooting on so many different video formats, so many different cameras. We're going from the iPhone to DSLR cameras to even bigger cameras. And what's been so nice is after we get done shooting on a location, we'll pull out the Z-Book and we're actually able to take all these different formats, throw them right back into the computer. We can edit instantly. We put that memory card in there and go right at it. The thing we were terrified about switching over to PCs is learning Windows. But what we found out right when we switched over, as far as the interface using Premiere Pro, it was exactly the same as Final Cut, so we didn't have to relearn a brand new system. We definitely use the Z-Book whenever we travel because our office is the world.
But it's nice coming home to the HP Z Workstation and having an even more powerful system that we can make things happen even faster with even more storage and more RAM.
So for us, both tools are necessary for what we're actually trying to accomplish.
That's so much faster. Just being able to see 4K playback flawlessly is huge.
You can have the same capacity, the same resources of those huge studios, but you could have that all on your Z-Book. It's now come down to a level where the average person can afford it.
Cut to this, boom, game over, it's done.
I'm definitely a perfectionist. I think of myself as always working, but I'm always working on something that I'm passionate about. I've always been inspired by Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, these stories that take you outside of the everyday life and kind of take you on an adventure. So I've always wanted to tell those kind of stories. For me, it's all about connecting with the audience. Find something you're absolutely passionate about and then put your whole heart into it. In our case, it's filmmaking, it's storytelling. And that's the thing I like about the Z-Books, is it just looks perfect.